As we approach the end of the bad season and head towards the good season, it's time to dust off our skateboards and get back into the groove of shredding. But after a long winter break, it can be difficult to get back into that rhythm of skateboarding. So today, I'm going to show you 5 tips on how to get back onto that skateboard after a long, stinky old winter season. If you're like me, you're checking the weather app every like 45 seconds to see if at some point in the week you'll be able to skate. So let's not waste any more time with this introduction and let's just get right into it. The first thing you should do before you even walk out that front door is check all your skateboard gear to make sure that it's in good shape. Check your wheels, trucks, bearings, make sure everything is nice and secure. Tighten up any loose nuts or bolts and just make sure everything is working correctly. You don't want to lose a nut while you're skating, or anytime really. This is also a great time to take note of the condition of your gear so you know what you may have to replace in the near future. Let's take a look at my setup so I can show you what I mean. Let's start with my deck, which is pretty obviously beat up and the razor tail is becoming more and more apparent. I honestly will probably need to replace this bad boy within like a month or so. Also, I noticed that one of my bearing cases have popped open. It's a little bent, so I wasn't able to push it back into place. I should be able to use these little dudes for a little bit longer, but I did order some replacement bearings and I'm gonna replace them the second they arrive on my front door. I'm gonna give the mailman a big ol' kiss once he hands them over to me. With consent, of course. Finally, I noticed that my bearings were pretty dirty, and I probably should clean them. But since these bearings were kinda cheap, and obviously one has already broken, and I've ordered a replacement set, I'm not gonna bother with a scrub down. Once you got an idea of how your board is looking, it's time for a warm-up. Before you start skating, it is essential that you warm up your body. As eager as you may be to hop on your board and start doing tricks, your body may not feel the same. The last thing you want to do is pull a muscle or break a bone and then you gotta delay your skate sesh even longer. So just warm up. It takes like 10 minutes. You've been waiting months to skateboard. You can take 10 more minutes to warm up.
Come on, bud.
You just have to do some simple exercises to stretch your muscles and get your body ready.
My body is ready.
Hi.
Alright, thanks Reggie. These exercises can include jogging, jumping jacks, or even just some simple stretches. Warming up will help you avoid any easy injuries and will help you get in the right mindset for skating. I'm not like asking you to like run a marathon or anything, I'm just wanting you to just do a little stretching, okay? Please, I beg. For the kids! When getting back into skateboarding, it is essential to find a good spot to start practicing. You don't want to start off with an area that's too challenging. Find a spot that's comfortable for you. This could be a parking lot, a basketball court, or even your driveway. You want to feel confident and safe with your surroundings so you can wake up those old skater bones properly. If you really wanted to, you could head over to a skate park, but in my opinion, I would recommend starting somewhere where you're not gonna be in a crowd of people and can embarrass yourself. But that's just me. I don't like being embarrassed. Make sure whatever area you do choose to skate in that there isn't any cracks, little rocks, or sticks anywhere. It may be necessary for you to do that little foot brush move a few times in order to get a nice clear space. And now, once we found that perfect smooth spot, we can finally start skating. Da diddle da 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 diddle da 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 pst da 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 pst da 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 beep boppity 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 la ba 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 lappity ba 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 beat up it up do beat up it ba 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 beat up it boppity 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 do. Starting slow on your skateboard. If you're like me, the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is that classic switch laser flip down 25 steps that you've done 1,000 times, but just trust me, start with the little things first. I guess what I'm trying to say is try not to start off with too much too soon. Start with the basics, get comfortable pushing and riding around on your skateboard before you start doing any tricks. Once you feel comfortable with riding around, then you can hop on those tricks that you know for sure you got down. For me, that's ollies, 180s, pop shove-its, and some other random baloney. After all, you probably have spent months away from your skateboard, so it's natural to feel rusty right from the start. It's easy to become very frustrated in this phrase because you just want to continue where you left off in the fall. But just remember to relax, breathe, and just have some ding-dang fun. It's gonna take a little time to get back to where you left off, so don't feel frustrated and keep at it. Just remember with skateboarding, the more you practice, the better you'll get. So start with the simple things and work your way up. Don't get discouraged if you can't land something that you could in the fall. It takes time to get back into the groove of things. I live in a state where it rains a lot during the spring, so don't forget to take advantage of those days where the sun is even peeking out a little. Get out there and skate. And remember, the only way to shake off those skater winter blues is to keep skating. The longer you put off getting on that board, the longer it's gonna take you to learn new tricks. So keep skating, even if it's just for a tiny little bit each day. Just get on your board as much as possible. That's my big hot tip. So there you have it, folks. So remember to check your gear, warm up, start slow, find a good place to skate, and just keep on practicing. It's essential to be patient with yourself and not to get discouraged if you can't land something that you could before the winter break. With time and practice, you'll get back into the groove of things in no time. Thanks for watching. If you wouldn't mind kick flipping that like button and maybe even consider subscribing if you want to see more skateboarding content like this in the future. And as always, have fun, good luck, and keep shredding the gnar.